Why do some men find it so hard to say the simple words, "I'm sorry"? This is a question that rings in the minds of many. The answer, ladies and gentlemen, lies in the complex realm of narcissistic behavior. Narcissistic men often struggle with genuine apologies. Their inflated sense of self-importance, coupled with an inability to empathize, serves as a barrier to expressing sincere remorse. Let's consider Jane's story, a woman who waited years for an apology that never came from her narcissistic partner. The absence of this longed-for apology had a profound impact on Jane's self-worth and mental health, leaving her feeling invalidated and dismissed. Narcissistic men tend to view apologies as a sign of weakness, a blow to their ego. They dodge responsibility, and in doing so, they leave their partners in a state of emotional limbo. So it's clear, the elusive apology is a common trait in narcissistic men. Now let's delve into the dark art of manipulation, a favorite tool in the narcissist's arsenal. It's not an understatement to say that narcissistic men are masters of deception. They know the power of words and use them to craft apologies that seem genuine, heartfelt, even remorseful. It's a well-rehearsed performance designed to convince you they are sorry, even when they're not. Let's consider the case of Jane, a woman who found herself caught in this manipulative dance. Time and again, her partner would hurt her, then apologize in a way that felt so sincere. He seemed to say exactly what Jane wanted to hear. "I'm sorry, I was wrong. It won't happen again." Every time Jane believed him. Why wouldn't she? His words were perfect. But over time, Jane began to notice a pattern. The apologies were always followed by the same hurtful behavior. The remorse was fleeting, the promised change never came. Jane realized she was being manipulated. Her trust in him, once unshakable, began to waver. This is the narcissist's game. They tailor their apologies not to express genuine remorse, but to control the narrative, to keep you hooked, to maintain their hold over you. It's a calculated move, part of a broader strategy of emotional manipulation. Manipulative tactics are a key component of the narcissist's deceptive dance. So, how can women recognize the red flags and distinguish between real remorse and a fake apology? Well, let's begin by understanding that authentic remorse is usually accompanied by a willingness to change, to make amends, and to avoid repeating the hurtful behavior. A fake apology, on the other hand, often feels hollow. It lacks genuine empathy and is usually a tool for manipulation, often used to get out of a tight spot or to maintain control. Consider, for instance, the story of Jane. Jane was once entangled in a relationship with a narcissistic partner. Over time, she noticed a pattern. Her partner's apologies were often followed by the same hurtful behaviors. His words of remorse were typically focused on himself, not on the pain he had caused her. This was a glaring red flag, signaling that his apologies were not genuine. Knowledge is power. Jane's ability to recognize these red flags empowered her to make informed decisions about her relationship. She learned that it was not her responsibility to fix or change her partner. Instead, she focused on protecting her own emotional well-being. Recognizing these red flags is the first step towards self-protection. Armed with knowledge, how can women protect themselves emotionally from narcissistic manipulation? That's the question we'll tackle in this segment. To respond effectively to a narcissistic partner's insincere apologies, it's essential to stay grounded in your own reality. Don't allow their words to cloud your judgment or sway your emotions. Remember, a narcissist will often tailor their apologies to what they believe you want to hear, not out of genuine remorse. Let's consider the case of Jane, who found herself in a relationship with a narcissistic partner. Jane learned to protect her emotional well-being by refusing to be swayed by empty words. She focused on actions rather than apologies, and demanded respect rather than accepting hollow promises. She established boundaries and stuck to them, refusing to compromise her emotional health for the sake of keeping peace. Jane's courage to stand her ground, even when faced with manipulative tactics, allowed her to regain control of her life. This had a profound impact on Jane's life. She felt stronger, more confident, and was able to build healthier relationships. This demonstrates the power of self-defense strategies in dealing with narcissistic manipulation. So remember, you have the power to protect your emotional well-being. You are not obligated to accept an apology that lacks sincerity. With the right strategies, women can protect themselves from the deceptive dance of the narcissistic apology.